Noch Shalom Aleichem! Noch besser, Schkoyach. Wir sind Chaimi und Leser von der Webserie YidLife Crisis. Was hört sich meine feinen Menschen von der Rande?
This guy looks panicked right here. Sir, that was Yiddish. It's an old Jewish language. We have a habit of splitting it around when we speak. We'll translate as we go as necessary, not to worry. The rest of the evening, of course, is in English, except for the film, which is in Swedish. Now, we hope they told you that you were brushing up on your Duolingo. It's going to be that kind of a night. I see your face. Just relax. Okay?
Settle into it.
It's going to be like that. What my esteemed partner here just said is that he is Eli Laser Battalion. I'm Jamie Chaimi Elman. We're the co-creators of the world's first 18 and over, or as we like to say, Chai Plus, Yiddish web series, YidLife Crisis, and it is a covet, an honor for us to be back here in the T-Dog! All right, the T-Dog, or as it's known in Hebrew, the Taf Nekuda, and of course in Yiddish, the Zex.
Yeah, now despite being from rival Montreal, we're actually very Zex positive. Very, very much so. By the way, you know who came up with the expression for the Zex, right? Yeah, our favorite Toronto Jew. Drek!
Yeah.
He's way better than Schmendrick Lamar, no? Totally. By the way, fun fact, he actually came up with a nickname for Vaughn. I don't know if you know this. The Nine? Yeah? Not because of the 905. No, because when they asked him if he ever wanted to go north of the 401 again, he said, 9. That's good. By the way, on a more serious note, speaking of Toronto Jews, we'd like to take just a moment to send our sympathies about the Blue Jews.
Yeah. Yisgadal.
That was a real heartsbreaker. Yeah. Big time, but what are you kvetching about? At least you still have a team! Come on! Be grateful. By the way, I don't know if you saw this or caught this maybe on your way over or saw it on the news, but this is very bashert, as it were. The King and Queen of Sweden are actually in Canada on a 3-day trip. It's incredible. We actually invited them to the show. And to their credit, they immediately wrote back and said they're deeply sorry, but they have to attend to sensitive diplomatic issues. So, anti-Semitism. Anyways, look, folks, it's great to be back here at the Miles Nadal JCC. Here on the beautiful stage of the Al Green Theater, which is comfortably nestled in the confines of the Fogler, Rubinoff Community Service Wing. By the way, that reminds me, quick PSA. Should you need the facilities tonight, all you have to do is just head out the back of the exit, and you're going to head into the Leonard Bernstein lobby.
That's right. Yeah.
Now, you're going to make a right. That's when you're going to hit the Etta and Frank Jacobs Hospitality Lounge.
You'll see it.
If you don't have to go that bad, enjoy the hospitality for a short bit. Then make a right and head due south down the corridor all the way to the Thomas and Marjorie Schwartz Preschool Center. When you're about halfway through the corridor, hang a right. That's when you're going to hit the bathrooms. Where can I finally tell them?
If you have.
Not 15 minutes ago, we made a significant donation.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to inaugurate the newly minted YidLife Crisis Memorial Toilet.
Woo!
It's a legacy gift that will be enjoyed as an endowment for generations to come.
Okay, good. Now look, this is of course not our first kosher barbecue here in Hogtown, or as it's known in Yiddish, Chazershtetl. Toronto about their wonderful Kensington Market neighborhood, where we explore the Jewish history and the food and the cannabis of the market. It's very on brand for us. And if you haven't seen it, we hope you'll go home tonight and get high and check it out on our YouTube channel. Now, the last time we were here, though, on this very stage, was September 2019 BC, before COVID. And while neither of us live here, we do try and keep up with the news of the Jews of Toronto. And we are sorry to say that we've heard about, read about, the continued anti-Semitism that's been hitting this community. It's appalling. We're talking about this. By the way, this Eglinton thing. This is not done? Is this not finished yet? You told us this would be finished when we were here 7 years ago. It's still not done. It's had a bar mitzvah. It's going to have a sweet 16. Who do you think you are, Montreal? Finish this. Anyway, sorry. I just had to get that mind-boggling that that's still going. Anyways, we are actually in the middle right now. Not in the middle anymore. We've been having sort of whirlwind moment here with this film that we're excited to show you tonight. We've been smearing it across the continent. This is our 6th city in the last 4 weeks, 6 of 7 cities, 8 really if you include Santa Barbara. We started out west in beautiful Victoria, British Columbia, where it surprised us actually, as it did in Sweden. There are Jews there. Yes, they have, and they're exactly what you think. They're artsy and crunchy, kind of weird. They kayak and stuff. But anyways, it was great to show them the movie. From there, we flew over to Vancouver, and one of the sponsors of the festival out there is actually Helijet. Yes, they flew us on this helicopter. I'm afraid of heights. This thing, well, let's just say, as a devout atheist, I davened for my first time on this flight. And let me tell you, it works. I'm here. We made it. So there might be something to it. That's all we're saying. From there, we swung through the northeastern United States, a little U.S. leg of the tour. We started in Washington, D.C., where we did notice they're doing some renovations. You want to know how big this ballroom's going to be? That's the mezuzah. It's big.
Huge. Then it was on to Philadelphia, where we tried to ring these Liberty Jingle bells over here, and got to check out Benjamin Frankel and his Swedishkayt.
That's right. I wore it in. I told you 10 minutes ago. It's like...
That's good. Thank you. And then it was off to wrap it up in Baltimore, where for our safety we stayed within the confines of the Jewish community's Eruv, or as is known in Baltimore, the Wire.
Right.
However, it was a really nice little U.S. mini tour, but it is really nice to be back here in Canada under the safety and protection of the CN Tau Pointer.
Yes. Of course, it's Hamish. Hamish to be back in TO. But, if you had told us last time we were here, in 2019, that we would be back at the Algerine Theatre in futuristic sounding 2025 with a new documentary film about the Jews of Sweden? Of Sweden? If you told us that in 2019, we would have said that's nuts. What are you going to tell us next? In a few months from now, there's going to be a global pandemic that's going to shut down the world for a couple of years. Okay, sure, yes. Yeah, science is going to invent a drug that you inject directly into your pippic and makes you skinny with little to no side effects. Okay, like that's going to happen. All right. Trudeau's going to resign as Prime Minister and he's going to be stooping Katy Perry in 2020. Okay. Come on.
Suffice it to say, Jews in Sweden was not our 2024 bingo card.
No.
Okay? I mean, if you'd asked us back then to identify a rabbi in Sweden, the closest we would have come was this guy.
Right.
And he's a schtick, so...
Yes. Right.
Yet, and this is crazy, somehow SVT, which is basically Sweden's CBC, has a government-funded and protected mandate to create content, wait for it, Jewish content, and specifically Yiddish language content for the grander Swedish population, who, when it comes to their knowledge of the Jews, know, how do I put this diplomatically? Gornish with a side of bupkis.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, she was ahead of us.
I mean, this is nuts. Like, to put this in perspective, Hollywood, the giant filmmaking machine created by actual Yiddish-speaking Jews, has to this point created less Yiddish televisional content than Sveriges Television in Stockholm, Sweden. We find this to be glatt Michigan, okay, and definitely worthy of exploring in a movie. No?
Yeah, we did. And so we went to the Gentile folks at SVT, and we pitched them that we were the guys to make that movie. And luckily, for us, they didn't Google who we were. And they let us make this movie. And now the really cool part is, you're all at the Toronto screening of that movie. Do you want to see the movie? You came to the movie! Okay, so here we go. Tell you what, listen, stick around. We got a little bit more stickerai for you after the movie. But for now, we will say, without further ado, I did it again. We kind of proudly present Swedishkayt YidLife Crisis